Okay, so it is like 9 o'clock in the morning, a little bit before 9. Today is, I have the sun in my face now. I move right here. It's 8:47 and it is June 12th and it is currently 75 degrees today and aiming to be 91. 91 degrees, oh my lord. So anyways, I am going to go up and go directly into the hives. It's going to be a hot one, so I'm trying to get everything done very quickly. In the spirit of being transparent, I am not feeling great. Either I'm coming down with a small cold, or I did a bunch of weeding yesterday and I was like breathing in all this stuff. So either I have a cold or pollen is really messing with me. Either one. In the hives, we are checking out 3 things. Space. Space is number 1. We are checking out brood. Specifically drone brood. The drone brood frames. And we are checking on the fermentation, possibly, of nectar in the cells that are on the other side of the queen excluder. So that is the plan for all the hives today. Let's jump in. Again, in full transparency, not feeling great. So if I don't talk a lot, that's why. You know, we all have our ups and down days. And today is that day for me. Just kind of not feeling it, but I haven't gone into the hives for, it's gotta be going on like 2 weeks now. 2 weeks or so. And they need to be checked on. Today's smoker is also lavender. It's lavender today again. Hopefully it stays lit. I didn't really puff it too much. They are building a little bit on this side, the follower board. This is a shame because I'm cracking this part. They connected it a little bit. They connected it to the frame next door that I want them to build on, but they're not building on. But they're over here. Small hive beetle. Let's see if I can get them. Where'd you go? Get them into the oil trays. No fermenting, but I will say it looks like they cleaned out a lot of what was over here. They've cleaned out the honey that I put over here to draw them over here. No, there's still some on this side. They're sucking it. I don't know what to tell you. They're coming on this side and they are putting in here, at least on this side that was connected to this side, like the easiest way, the closest side to them. Yeah, they're building out nice and fat. It smells good. Oh, it smells good. But yeah, they're not building on the frame that I left over here. Look at, just not really building. I think that was already there. They're connecting it. They'll connect it to the frames that are built or the queen excluder, but they won't build on it. I wonder if I should spray it with some sugar spray. What would happen if I sprayed it? I'm gonna pull out all the tactics, it seems. I don't really have time to spray it today, but today's a no-nonsense type of day. We're gonna go in a different pattern too. We're gonna go from Renee over. We're going for the rainbow of inspections, which is just checks. I'm not doing anything serious. We're going in a different pattern this time. Yeah, and I was worried that I'd run out of room, but here you go. They're just barely building on this one. Pollen in here. Pollen and nectar. But they haven't built out this side at all. I'm gonna flip it. I'm gonna flip that. Beautifully newly capped brood. They have built out the eyebrows of the nectar and honey area to an extreme amount. It's actually ridiculous. There's a huge widening up there. Yeah, look at this. That's gorgeous. Newly capped brood, eggs, all the way up down to the bottom. Got a bunch of newbies. So many newbies running around here. That is wild. This frame is just full of newbies. See one lady doing the waggle dance. Can you spot her? The waggle dance lady? She's towards now the middle of the frame. She's doing some waggle. But if you look closely, you'll see just a lot of new brood. Newbies. This is a lovely frame. Yeah, I see all the things that I need to see. Ton of emerged brood, and she's already come back through here and put eggs. Wherever the ladies have emerged from, she's already come back through and put eggs right back into it. Drone comb. It looks like they're building out that side. And as far as this comb that I left in there, it does look like they are building it out now. Here's my queen. She's doing great. She's doing great. Can you see her? I'm not gonna take her from above the hive, but she's just walking around. She's come towards the top. Let me put her in. Built the eyebrows out on that, like, wow. But new brood on this, newly capped brood on this side. Gone a little bit wonky with the eyebrows of their frames here. What are you ladies doing? There's no eggs in it. They just don't like it. And they're not building that out at all. Alright, so what do we do without this? Do I scrape it? This one they are building out. This one they're doing great with. No complaints on this one. Put that one back in. And honestly, I've only seen 2 small hive beetles, so it's really not that bad. Alright. I'm gonna scrape this, put that back in. They're like, thank you. They're so excited about that. Yum, 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 yum. Alright, let's put these ladies back together again. I don't know what to do about this one because they're still not working on this. There's nothing I can really do except just put it back together and hope for the best. Next year, I think, like all signs are, I told myself I'm gonna give myself this year to do the queen excluders, but so far the signs that I'm reading are telling me that a honey bridge might be the better option. Look at that pollen this lady brought back. It's like a grayish white. I don't know where that one came from. Alright, now we're moving on to Miss Lee. Woo! The sweat is dripping. Now we are on Miss Lee's hive. Let him know I'm coming in. Hello, ladies. Knock, knock. Got a piece of my dried lavender inside the hive. Whoops. The fact that I'm finding ladies on this side, queen excluder, that's good. Oh, small hive beetle, not great. Don't love that. Look at this, that's so funny. One of my cover boards has a little notch, like a natural notch in the cover board, and they are using it to go over the queen excluder. This right here is the queen excluder, and they've made a little doorway. Now it doesn't go anywhere because the other cover board's going to be right up against it, but look how they've propolized it. That's kind of cute. Little tiny door. This is old stuff. There's a small hive beetle. Gotta give it a chance. Where'd it go? Yeah. Kind of seems like they're just consuming what's over here, but they're not really doing much with it. Anything bubbling? Any suspicious? A little bit of bubbles. Oh, sorry, ladies. I don't smell anything, though. There's a small smidge of bubbles. I don't know if I got a good shot of that the last time, so let me show you what that looks like. And I asked what the bees would do with that at one of my classes, and they said they would. The bees will take care of it. You see the bubbling? It's not all the nectar. There's some nectar that doesn't have bubbles in it. But mostly it's up at the top of the frame. She getting drunk. She getting drunk. So I'm just joking. But yeah, there's some mild bubbling going on. Alright, let's see. What are they doing with this? I think that's old as well. They're just on the frame. They're just on the frame, but they're not doing much. Eggs. Got like 2-day-old eggs in here. Oh, and there's good larvae in the middle. Alright, ladies have connected these two together. There's brood on that side, capped brood, looking great. Drone comb, they've connected some bird comb at the top, so I can't really see very well. Instead of moving all of them, there seems to be less building on this one. So let me just see if I can separate this and just get straight to the drone comb. Yeah, they haven't even built out on this. This is from last time I flipped it. So they haven't built out on that yet. They built really fat eyebrows on the frame next to them. And we've got a little bit of wonky comb going on. What is going on with you ladies? Don't love that. Got some small hives in little wells. So I might grab a stick. How do you just ignore those small hive beetles? Can you tell me that? Like, they just ignore some of them. How? And why? So a lot of ladies in the corner, but I'm assuming that's because it's next to the door. Alright, I need a stick. Oh my gosh. My dog just took a risk and ran in here like a crazy girl. What's she doing? She's the one who doesn't like bees because she doesn't have as long hair as my other dogs, so when she gets stung, when they go after her, she gets stung. I'm just gonna let them have the wonky comb, to be honest with you. I have to stop saying "to be honest with you," the phrase "to be honest with you." My dad says I say it too much in my videos. I don't know if that's true or not, but Dad, I don't know what to tell you. That's just how I talk. Alright, we've got a lot of built out comb right here and brood underneath of it. It looks grand. Wish they would build on this, but they're not. So they've got... I'm going to put it back in. I'm just going to let them keep doing what they're doing. It's a little late in the season to be changing a lot, so... They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 solid, actually 5.5. 5.5 solid frames of brood. Wish they would build out on this frame, but they're not. And I don't know why. I'll turn it back around, maybe. I don't know. Oh, I flipped it? I did flip it. That's too funny. You know, let's see what happens. Experiment with the bees. Alright, we're gonna put them back together again. That was basically it. They still have 1, 2, 3 frames to build on as far as brood wise. So I think they're doing okay. I might throw in one more frame on the end. They feel like, because it looks like they're gonna have a lot of ladies coming out here shortly. So I'll give them another frame and we'll call it it. They still have work to do inside the hive. It's all eggs. Yeah, they're pretty good. No evidence of building in the super, which I'm sad about, but there's nothing I can do about that, so. I'm gonna put this lavender stick back in here. I used it to kill drones out of the well, or I used it to kill small hive beetle out of the drone frames, the wells. I'm gonna put it back in here, and next time I come back in here, I'll be confused again. Why is there a lavender stick in here? Let's try it out. Let's see how short-term memory my brain is. I said something, so now I'll remember, but it would be funny. Alright, Miss Lee's done. On to Sharon. Wish that breeze would come back. Woo! Had to take a quick break. My camera was overheating, so I went in and got something to drink as well while putting my camera in the refrigerator. It's hot outside. It's about 10:20 in the morning now, and it's 81 degrees. So yes, and rising. So let's move on to Miss Sharon. You know what I'm loving? I'm loving opening up these hives and not seeing any ants. That's what I'm loving. I'm loving that. If we can keep that going, grand. Now, they have a follower board, or a queen scooter, I mean. And there's a lot of ladies actually on this side. And they're actually building and connecting it to the top of the cover board. So isn't that interesting? Ladies, got some good guard bees in here, I'll tell you that much. Ladies are ready to throw down. They're ready to fight. Give them a little puffy puff. Hold on, I see some small hive beetles. We got nectar over here. Smattering of pollen, so this is one of those bait frames that I put to get them to come over. But they look like they're taking care of it. Excuse me. No bubbling. And besides the pollen that's in this would have been a beautiful, beautiful honey frame. Yeah. Because, I mean, there's a smattering. Sorry, my throat. There's a smattering of pollen in here, but it's not that much. And other than that, they are putting honey in it. It looks great. And here's where I can't remember. I think this is old. Like, I think they already had this built on this frame. I think they already had that built. Yeah, they're putting in nectar, but it doesn't look like they're doing anything else with it, building it. I can't remember if they build both sides or not. I really can't. But how cool is that? Hold on, I gotta take a picture of that because that is neat. I really love the blonde frames. when it comes to having it for nectar or honey. It is just really, really cool, really pretty to see all the colors of the nectar, different types of nectar that's being stocked. Isn't that neat? That's so cool. I can't see my screen, my phone screen very well. It's really bright right here, but we're about to enter into the shade here, the following hive, so I don't know, we're gonna leave that the way it is. Just gonna leave that there. Oh my gosh, this is so beautiful. Like, they're doing a really good job at the whole nectar bit. The frames that are, like the bait frames that are on this side, that they had already built out, they're clearly still socking it with nectar. They're still coming over the queen extruder to put nectar in it. This is beautiful. And it's I don't know if I can really harvest it because it has, like I said, a smattering, there's a smattering of pollen in it, but if you look at this frame, down here, there was like drone comb down there. But other than the little bit of pollen that's on it, it's pretty well built out and has beautiful, beautiful nectar on it. Can you see it? There's a drone on this side. Either he just flew on there or he crossed underneath of the queen extruder. He's a sneaky guy. So here's one that I gave them to do something with, and they haven't. They haven't done anything with it. It's heavy. This one's super heavy. Just a couple cells of pollen, but other than that, this is all nectar. This actually kind of looks like, I'm crazy, but I'm not crazy. They are double capping this. They're, okay, what I mean by that is, they've capped all of this honey, then they've built cells on top of that capping, and they're filling it with more honey. Isn't that interesting? So I can see an example of it here, where they capped it, and then they're building on top of it. Here, they capped all that, but then they're building on top of it, and they're gonna cap it again right here. Like, this is more capping on top of the capping. That's pretty crazy. Actually, these ones right here, I can see to the bottom of them, and I can see the capping through the honey. I'm gonna take a picture of that, I think, because that's pretty cool. Oh, honey. Also looks like they're double capping it. Wow, that's really interesting, isn't it? This one's heavy, but let me go get my frame holder and I'll take a picture of it. You can get some close-up looks at it. Alright, so here's the frame. You can see where they've capped all of this. This is all wet capping. Okay. If you see through, say for instance, ooh, I can't see my screen, let me see. See like those right there? You can see the bottom of the old cappings. And they've just put more honey on top. Like in these, you can also see them too. You can see the old capping. It goes sideways, can you see it? You can see the first capping underneath of that, and then they've just built on top of it and put more honey. See like those? You can see the first capping underneath of it. Isn't that neat? And then so like up here, you've got all this old capping right here, but then they've built out right here and they're just capping it again. double capping. But this is a really beautiful frame. There's only like, there's a few pollen cells down here at the bottom that you can see, like just a smattering. But the most of it is just all honey. So that's a pretty nice frame. At least I know that they're coming over on this side of the queen excluder. Now the question is, how do I get them to build on this side of the queen excluder? That's the real question. I was told that since it's warm enough, I could take a brood frame over and stick it over, and then I'd have a bunch of newer nurse bees coming over, more likely to eventually start building wax. But I really don't want to have brood on that side at all. I don't know. These are experiments that I have to learn with this configuration. Now, I'll have to look back at my other videos, because this looks like new. This looks like new built at home. Was this? Oh, you know what? This was old drone comb that I cut out when I was having queen issues. Small hive beetle. And I cut that out, but they are rebuilding it. So I scraped that. That middle portion out because it was all drone comb, and they're rebuilding it correctly. So they are building. It's not much. It is not much, but it's something. We got new comb. So these are some of the frames that I put in. Newer frames for them to build on. So I put these in, and it looks like they're building or have built. 2 inspections ago, when I did an actual inspection, Sharon's frame, woo, wow. Sharon's frame did have some charged queen cells. They were cup size, but they were charged, so cells. Alright, so this one I can tell for sure has been built out. The drone comb, I'm not entirely sure what's going on with that. I would pull this one out to get to this one, and I can try. Actually, no, I can't. I can see right here that they have built it onto the wall. They've built at least the eyebrows of this outside one so thick that they've built it onto the wall. So I can't really go in that direction. You can see all this new comb. See, but down there they've built it onto the wall, so I can't really scooch it over unless I want to roll a bunch of bees. Hard to believe that they are that full already, but I think after merging them with Swarm Hive, they just bounced back real fast. All new, brand new comb. This comb is gorgeous. Gorgeous. And you know what? The only thing I see in here, no pollen, no eggs, brand new comb, and they're putting honey in it, looks like. Also the same, ooh, this might be a good one. I'm gonna steal this one. I'm gonna steal this one, and I'm gonna put it on the other side of the queen excluder, because this might be one of those frames that are like my opportunity to have all nectar. No eggs in it yet. No queen on it, right? And they're just socking it with nectar. What are you guys doing right here? Let me see. Just drinking the nectar. Yeah, they're just... Yeah, this is a great frame right here. I want this one inside the hive. Why? Because they have no brood. It's mostly nectar. And the bees that are on nectar frames don't have any reason to kind of like stay there, so sometimes they get kind of runny if they start to panic. Newer frame that I put in last time I was in here got eggs in it. So I think I might have caught that other one just in time. Beautiful eggs. She might be on this frame. No. This is beautiful. This is a beautiful brood frame. I'm gonna put this one back in. Oh, this one's lovely. Freshly capped larva on the other side. So she came over, laid eggs, and ran for it. Alright, so we need to get down to the drone frame. And I think what we're gonna do, I don't think you see anything suspicious, right? No queen cells. I think what we're gonna do is try and see if we can use the heat to our advantage and slide 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 frames. We'll see if we can slide 6 frames. Look at that, perfectly capped brood. That is awesome. I'm excited. We will steal this. Make sure my queen's not on here. Yep. We got this one just in time. There's a couple on this side that they haven't like fully capped yet. But that is okay. This is enough for us to kind of do a mite test. These ladies, sorry, I'm breaking a lot of their comb here. On the wall. Straight up. What are you ladies doing over here? Oh, this is a beautiful drone frame. Or sorry, beautiful brood frame. Got worker brood on it, capped on this side. On the other side, they've just, I'm dripping honey on my cover, is also brood. Isn't that interesting? That's fun. My queen is on the wall. I see my queen. She's on the wall. You are a silly queen. I'm so glad that I didn't decide to go in and squeeze her. All right, how do we, yeah, I see her, don't I? The paint, they've almost got the paint off. Hold on, let me take this. I don't want, I see her, she's about to cross over. Let me take this. Hold on, ladies. I'm gonna let her cross over to the next frame over. She's on the comb that I want to take off. They've almost cleaned that paint off of her, isn't that funny? Yeah, over that way. Yep, keep going that way. There you go, now she's on here. She's over here somewhere. And that, my friends, is why you have to be very careful with the edging of your colonies, your frames there. Alright, since she's over there now, let me see if I can smoke these ladies off of this comb that's connected. How many do you think we have at this point? Are they like 70 to 80%? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 frames of brood. 7. I think that's 7 frames of brood. Yeah, I'm gonna give them a few more actually. I don't know if I have any more drone frames, and I'd like to dissect that first before I put another drone frame back in, because if they don't have any mite issues, what's the point of taking out all their good drone genetics? If that makes sense. Alright, so we're gonna give them 2 here, and I'm probably gonna throw another one on the end. Hold on. Stand by. We're gonna checkerboard so it fits a little bit better. So I think my camera made a funny noise, and I don't think it's recording anymore, but I think it overheated. But this is what we ended up doing, just for record keeping. I checkerboarded this one and this one in. That way the frames here at the top that had really fat comb could fit in a little bit better with the ones next to it, because they're empty. So we checkerboarded, so we put 2 new frames in here in the brood area. And these 2, I added this one right here is a new one I added in, and they're still working on this one, but she's put some eggs in it. So they're still kind of growing. I'm debating I might add 1 more, because there's a decent amount of bees in here. And then I'm gonna close up the queen excluder and close everything up. For the sake of record keeping, I did end up adding another frame. So I added in 4 empty frames. 4 empty frames that I added in because there are a lot of bees, and I think they need it. Can you see these ladies? Can you see them festooning? Love that. You know when you just have those days that things just aren't working right? Today's a little bit of that day. So it's a little bit. It's a smidge of that day. Turns out it didn't overheat this time, although it did say it was overheating. What happened was I ran out of storage space on the SD card. So apparently I need to figure that out. We are now using the internal storage space of this camera, and I don't have that much longer, but we finished Sharon's hive. For the record, I did make some videos with my phone. Oh my gosh. This one's a tough one to get on. I added 4 frames into Sharon's hive. I shook the bees off of the drone comb, and I'm gonna take that in, freeze it, and dissect it. And now we're on to Carol. Infamous Carol's hive. Do I have enough smoke left? No, I don't. So let me refresh that. It's been very hot the last couple of days, so I wouldn't say they're bearding because it's not enough bees to really, I would say, yeah, it's bearding. But there have been a lot of bees hanging out outside the hive. All right. No ants. I am surprised by that because this one, I was finding nests of ants in the creases of the cover boards here. And already right off the bat, not seeing a lot of activity over here. Okay, so this once had nectar in it. This was one of my bait frames that I put on the other side of the queen excluder, and it once had nectar in it, and now it has nothing in it. They have totally and completely cleaned out all of these cells. Yeah. Yeah, there's nothing left in it. It is light as a feather. Nothing in that one. So they just was like, no, we're not feeling that queen excluder. We're gonna take everything on that side, just put it back over there. Silly bees. This is all old. There's no bubbling or anything. What I'm saying is like they haven't built anything new. No bubbling, still no bubbling. So that's a good thing. Has a little bit of nectar and honey on this bait frame. That one makes me laugh. They were just like, no, we're not doing that. Got a couple of spiffy guard bees over here. This one also has nectar in it. And you know what? No pollen. So if they continue to put nectar in this one, they might. Alright, this one is nectar. No pollen. Oh, there's a little bit at the top, but this one is resource, basically. This one is also all nectar. Nectar, nectar, nectar. This is a good nectar frame. Next door, they built a little bit of new comb. This is a new frame that I put in. Right next to my drama frame. Let's see, where does the brood start? Where does it start? This one is all nectar. This one has eggs. And some larvae. Alright, so she's close by. So this is where the brood starts. This one actually has a lot of emerging brood on it. It's old cappings, and it looks like they're coming out, which means she's probably filling it. Yeah, let me, smells good. Let me look at my drama frame. I want to see if they're backfilling in the brood area. Couple of zesty girls. I hear you. Yeah, so some of these are old cappings and they're emerging, and she's gone through and already like laid eggs in them. And then there's larva that's maybe like 5 days old. So any available space that she has, she's filling. Love to see that. Doing a great job. Same on this side. There is a cup. It looks wet in there, but it's nectar. They've put a little bit of nectar at the bottom, which is odd, but she's doing a great job. The one next to it, full sheet of newly capped brood. So she's doing excellent. Ooh, that smoke is wafting my way. Alright, now we're just going to check the drone frame. That's what we're going to do. Do I have enough space to crack that one and go down that way? I think I do. Alright, this is nectar. I don't even see pollen on this. trying to shield them from the smoke that's wafting this way. Yep. This one's gonna be nectar. Alright, no queen on this at all. Alright. Oh, get it, get it. There was a lady, she was fighting a small hive beetle. It's on the other side now. Ooh, they're quick. There's a couple of small hive beetles on this. They seem to like the ends. The end frames. Oopsie doodle. Alright, so no queen on there. Where's my hack tool? We are going to pull this drone comb out. See how it's doing. Just scrape a couple of these away. Just a little bit of comb building on the edge here, but not much. The guard bees are doing their job. Alright, here is the old drone comb, and instead of putting drone in it, they are socking it with nectar and getting ready to cap it. Yeah, they've decided not to put drones in it. Isn't that funny? Alright, well, nothing to report here then. There's no drones being made in the drone comb. No queen on here. Right, let me see. Yeah. Looking at the wells. And I actually surprisingly don't see any small hive beetles inside the wells. I'm gonna have the frame holder hold that. This must have been a new frame that I put in, and they are building on it. Alright, so let's see. Have they outgrown? They have one. This is likely brood. I didn't look at it, but it's probably brood. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think that's 6.5 of brood. This one only had resources on it. I'm gonna give them another frame. They're still building out this one. They have the drone comb to work on. Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna give them this weird one. I'm gonna scrape off these weird, wonky drone cells and old queen cells on this weird one and give it back to them. Because they took everything out of this, and honestly they could modify this to make this another brood frame. We're gonna put you guys back in. If you want to fill that with nectar, I guess have at it. Have fun with that. This is officially my last black frame. Alright, no more left. Alright, well, to give this, I'm going to conserve some space on the internal hard drive. I added, I think, one frame and reconfigured another couple of frames to give them more space, and they should be good. I'm going to close this up. I don't know how many brood frames that was, but we took one over from the honey section, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4 in the super, and 2 of them are bait frames. So to conserve internal storage, I'm going to close this up and you'll see me back at Mimi's hive. Alright, I have approximately 20 more minutes of storage for the internal hard drive of my camera. So hopefully this is just a 20-minute check on Mimi. Alright, any ants? No ants. For the first time in a while, I have gone through the hives now and not found ants living up top. Ladies are hot. They're over here. There's a couple of ladies over here. What are you doing? Oh, it's a mortuary bee. I was like, what is she carrying? I'll help you out, lady. Bye. A small hive beetle. Immediately upon entry. Another small hive beetle. Ooh, we got small hive beetles up in here. Let me get them down into the oil trays there. Alright, this looks old. Like, not really much happening there. This is one of those bait ones. You know, I don't remember. I'll have to look back at my other videos. But there's some building on this side. I think that's old though. I want to say that's old. Because they haven't built on this side, and this side is the side that's towards the queen excluder. So really not doing too much on this side of the queen excluder. There's a lot of bees over here though. Like, they're all down here hanging out next to the queen excluder on this side of the queen excluder, but not really doing much other than that. I see. Alright. So here is a negative of the queen excluder frames that I have. There's a small gap where the queen excluder that we cut out fits into the hollow of this frame right here. And if you look down into the edge where it fits down in, on some of it there's just enough gap that the hive beetles are living in it. So that is where we are finding our biggest trouble, I think. So that's something to keep in mind. This is nectar. This is actually a really pretty frame. Wish they would do this on the other side of the queen excluder. This is one we might put over on the other side of the queen excluder. Like a bait frame. This one right here looks like it's resource on this side. But it feels light. There's resource on this side. There's larva on this side. So this is the start of the brood. And eggs. Lots of eggs on the side here. She's been here recently. Love that. There is capped and emerging brood on this side. They have not built on this one at all, so they still have space. They have started to build out on the drone comb, but then it looks like they halted. Because that looks like old building, except for maybe up here. Yeah, this hive, I think, has some trouble with the small hive beetles. Ugh, this one is trying to get away. Die already, bro. Okay, there we go. It looks like they've started to build this one out, but they really haven't. So, and the next one over looks like a gorgeous brood frame. Stunning. So they still have 2 frames to expand on. Yeah. So I'm gonna put this back together again. They don't seem as far along as maybe the other hives, but they're laying up. Plenty of brood. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 frames of brood. Not doing too much as far as that. So I might put this on that side, I'm not sure. But we're gonna put this back together again. The ladies are doing just fine. Where I take this now, stick it, oh my gosh, look at the small hive beetles. Get into the oil. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 brood frames. We're gonna leave these as bait frames. One, 2, 3, 4 in the super, and 2 of them are bait frames. They're a little bit slower than the rest, is what I'm feeling. Is what I'm getting the sense of. Alright, and that is it. Dad, if my camera hasn't died yet, I love you. All the time. Every day. I'm closing up Mimi here, and we should be all done. Ladies are looking good. Pretty much healthy. Small hive beetles. None of them, except for maybe Sharon, is really doing anything as far as the nectar goes, like building on the other side of the queen excluder. So it is what it is. We're just gonna keep going with it. Love you all the time, every day. Thanks for watching. Bye! So this is the drone frame that we pulled from Sharon's hive today, June 12th, during the inspection, checking for the drone comb and for space, if they need any more space. So this side is not, I wouldn't say old capped, but it hasn't been capped recently. The other side is newly capped. And even so, these are not newly capped. You can see there was still larvae at the bottom of some of these cells, like young larvae, and eggs in some of them. It's very difficult to see down there. Some of them are off kilter inside the cells because I shook the frame to get the bees, what bees were on here, off. But yeah, you can definitely see There's many stages in here. With the flash on, it's a little bit harder to see eggs, but there are eggs. Can you see that? No? There are eggs inside of the frame. So we're gonna dissect this and see how much mites we find in Sharon's hive, which I think is important to check. So I decided to start dissecting the very middle of the frame, and you can see these drones are already in the purple-eyed stage. Oh, I feel so bad for it. He's moving. Well, we're gonna drag him out and see if we find, it's a perfect stage to see if we can find any mites in there. Wildly enough, I was able to get this guy out in one go, one sitting, fully whole. So that would be your purple-eyed stage drone at the center of the frame, and looking down into the cell he came from, no mites. There's no mites down there, but this is only our first dissection of this frame, so let's keep going. So I've dissected 5 of the drones now, and that doesn't seem like a lot, but I'm not finding a lot of evidence of mites, like a ton of mites. I did find this one mite out of the 5. You saw her in there crawling around. So they are in here. They're definitely in here, and in one of these I actually saw like a white one sitting at the bottom. Yeah, you can see down there. See, that's white. Look at that. Those are the bad guys. We don't like them. So there is evidence of some mites. That might be the male one that was that she laid and then she bred with. Yeah, gross. What I'm finding is there's the foundress mite, like you can see that one crawling, and then there's like a male mite, like the big white one down there, and then maybe like one other daughter down there at the bottom. You see the two white ones? Just watching them. One's moving underneath of the other one. But the foundress mite is on the wall. If you can see her. She's on the wall. Let me see if I can zoom in. She's hanging out right there, but she's just not moving. And we've got these fools down here. So yeah, I'm glad that we did. There's the foundress mate. She's moving in that cell. And then we probably got the male and then one daughter. Yep, there's definitely mites in here. Let's see, I've only done, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 of the drones. They're all purple-eyed. Some of them were in the process of changing colors at this point. So, and I started in the middle of the frame. So, yeah, I'm glad we took, sorry I'm out of focus, but I'm glad we took this one out of Sharon's hive. This is the other side of the frame where they're newly capped. So you can tell it's a little bit fresher, whiter on the side for the cappings. and I've only opened up 2 and already seeing mites. She hasn't had a chance probably to lay eggs, this founder's mite, just yet, but she was working on it, I promise you. So overall, I have not seen mites in every single cell. I mean, a lot of these do have some mites in it. This one looks like it's got quite a bit. One of them is stuck to the side. Look at the legs. The legs are stuck. That's hilarious. But you can see there's one to the cell there. There's one here. But not every single one of these cells had mites. I probably did about 50 dissections. There's one. There's a couple of them kind of running around on the larva here. But as I said, not all of them had mites. So I've seen much, much worse. Definitely something to keep an eye on. And I should probably do a treatment shortly.